as we swap back over to Complexity versus ETHR. This is a very important match to us.
Yeah, this one could not only, so we know ETHR is likely to get into, I think they're guaranteed into bracket now. This is to determine whether they're going to be on the winner or the lower side. If they beat Complexity, they basically give themselves a winner's side start to the tournament, which would be a huge benefit.
It's going to be, of course, Complexity and ETHR to come over. And of course, it is Complexity. That is one of those teams that I'm really interested to see how they play off. But we're going to give the mics to Eli and Mikowski.
Okay, guys, we got to continue the coverage of the Complexity versus ETHR match. Pool D. We're bringing in Eli and Mikowski.
Howdy, friends. Ready to watch some Halo?
Well, hello, gamers.
We just made the energy so weird on the stream. I love it. Anyways.
I love weird energy.
We know. Complexity up 1-0 in this game, but as our other handsome gentlemen were saying, this is a very important series. I think the winner of this, guarantees himself a spot in the winner's side, regardless of how their match against SSG go.
Well, I had in my prediction the top 8 finish for ETHR, and I think that top 8 first step, you could argue was making it out, of course. But I really think it starts right here. Taking this series against Complexity, like Active and Tools said, starting off in the winner bracket, Eli, having that shiny golden Willy Wonka token in your back pocket that says, you live to fight another day if you do lose here. So the winner of this series will start in the upper side of the bracket. But for now, it's Complexity up on top here in game 1, 1-0.
Game type is going to be very fast-paced. I don't think we'll see a ton of action until the next sniper spawns. This overshield might have some consequence. No, it's going to get double meleeed off, so Sparty unlikely to get much further here. Has a teammate here to help him though. They will start to move the flag.
Sparty creeping around blue base, trying to find an opponent here. Switching into Huss's point of view instead. After Sparty gets a double kill, kind of wish we saw that because it felt like he was cooking something up diabolical. Right time, right place, right? Sparty was playing it slow, and then when the moment was green light go, he stepped down on the gas. He smashed the pedal to the floor, and now it's Complexity on the run once again. Nobody in ETHR in position to stop this one. I think this is going to be 2-0, Eli.
For a moment, I was confused why Huss was running away and taking that tower position when they had 3 dead. I thought he should have been the flag runner, but Precision was there to pick up the flag and start running it. So the process certainly being played here. I like that no one's stepping on each other's toes for Complexity. They're not all trying to do the same thing. They're all individually doing their own job, and it is showing. Look at this. Precision just trusts that his teammate will kill that player and just continues to run the flag. This is perfect.
It's a speed run.
Gameplay and execution by Complexity. Insane.
Wow. rotate and share it with the community as we are now on board with Complexity and Ether. 19-18. I just heard a what from you, Eli. What did you see?
Sparty tried to combat evolve the rockets off of the platform and launch the rockets towards his team. It was a well-placed plasma, but for some reason the rocket didn't budge. So unfortunately, that rocket goes in the hands of Ether. That completely changes the complexion of this situation.
And the complexity of it as well, as they're down one here. Ether with one tube left in the rocket. Precision, don't come around that corner.
One tube left in the rocket. I love when you mix words around, Hunter. Anyways, Lior, he just
Did it again.
processing.
The boot on the neck?
Yeah, or the neck on the boot.
The neck on the boot.
Okay, we get at least one of those per tournament, guys. Write them down. The Mikowski is.
I'm dyslexic. Deal with that. 23-26 here as Drift looks to stay alive using the circular geometry, but it's Spartan that sends him back to the respawn screen. 3 down, make it 4. No, Lior with the last Spartan standing stand, but he won't stand for much longer as Precision cleans him up with the Precision headshot. But Ether are actually building on a lead in an instance where we saw some impressive gameplay for Complexity, Eli.
This would be a massive win for Ether. I mean, this really keeps them in this series, keeps them with that winner's bracket token hope alive. If they do pull this W off, Complexity are going to start to sweat because they know what that means for the future of their tournament. Ether have retained their lead, but Complexity have brought it to within 1. And Mental really looking left and right, trying to find a target to shoot at. All of Complexity really favoring the sniper side of the map, and so far it's looking like for good reason. It's a good trade from Tapping, though. That should open the door for Lior to push forward.
It's essentially 0-0 heading into the 30s as we are tied 33 all, but 3 are down for Ether. So once again, Complexity have all the opportunity on the map to move around, take the space that they'd like to control. For now, it looks like 2 position on the top side of Snipe. Rockets up in 25. And will Spartan look for that combat evolved again, or do they change up the strategy? I think that's going to be really intriguing to see. I'd love to be on Sparty's point of view to see how he plays this next rocket grab. It's up at 12.
Both teams really need to start taking some space on that side of the map. Now that Complexity get a few kills, I expect them to migrate to that side, but no, so far they've heavily favored the sniper side of the map. Certainly a great part of the map, but you need to move to the other side.
How many instances have Ether gone 3 down, and then you look at the scoreboard, they're up 1 or even still in it, tied 38 all, now up by 1, heading into the 40s potentially as Huss goes down, so too does Precision. It's a 2-kill lead for Ether, and they look primed to pick up the Rockets.
Lior needs to turn to his left. Okay, he does finally get to this target. Doesn't have enough shields to comfortably grab the Rockets yet. Knows that he's going to be watched. Huss rotates into position and try to make this more difficult, but he gets pushed back as well. Another member of Ether likely to come up. Yes, there they are. Should be able to grab these Rockets. Tapping Button still trying to make space. He actually gets taken down by the team shot of Complexity. And Lior with some great shots, but not good enough. Huss is going to take him down. Those Rockets still sit precariously atop the mountain.
Again, 3 down for Ether, but now it might just bite him. In the rear end, 44-43 here. Complexity have a narrow 1-kill lead heading into the final moments of a crucial game 2, where Complexity look to take a stronghold advantage on this series. 47-45 now. Another 3 down for Ether. It's been deja vu. Every time 1 goes down for Ether, you might as well times it by 3, and it might just be a 3-kill lead if Mental could get 1 more kill with the Rockets.
Rockets remain for so long.
Whoa.
Mental gets the...
Oh, self-destruction. So it's a moot point?
Yeah.
Oh, Ether going to use that to come back. They're only down by 1.
The suicide loses them a point. Now we're tied. New sniper is up. I believe it's in the hands of Ether. Complexity left reeling, stuck in the back of the base. Have to decide how to move from here. They might decide to play Tapping. But Tapping has the sniper, and he's popping off.
Tapping with the double kill, and it might just secure it for MX. It does. Ether come back from the dead and tie up this series at 1.
Unbelievable gameplay at the end. Tapping hit a headshot.
Enemy team took the hill. Enemy team took the hill. Enemy team took the hill. Enemy about to score. Enemy team took the hill. Enemy team took the hill. Team score. Hill incoming. Hill ready. Enemy team took the hill. Enemy about to score. Enemy team took the hill. Enemy team took the hill. Enemy team scored. Hill incoming. Hill ready. Enemy team took the hill. Enemy team took the hill. Enemy team took the hill. Enemy team took the hill.
Could have just kind of held their prey, stuck in A, but I think moved a little bit too fast on that spawn rotation and got taken advantage of. But they built some momentum going into Game 4. But switching gears here over to Complexity versus Ether. We're still tied 1-1 in the series and tied 1-1 in the King of the Hill. This could go either way.
I'm having a deja vu again. How close has the Halo been this weekend? Multiple times we swap into a series. It's 1-1 in the series, 1-1 in the King of the Hill, and on that specific hill, it's tied in that as well, all across the board. You cannot find any separation between the top teams in Halo, but for now, Complexity find 3 down, make it a team wipe, and that should give them control of hill number 3, and this is where Ether, I expect them to play for next.
Yeah, Drift, as a QT activated, maybe predicting a potential big door push instead. Chooses to push sandbags when nobody shows up. Now just playing his life back green. This is an important position to hold. And as he stays alive with that slate, that's big 4. Oh, no, nice use of the QT, but quick reaction time from Precision to find his target once again.
Precision, I think he spotted the unicorn dust of the QT, alerting him to that location of the newly location QT user, as he'll take advantage of that. Mental, though, going down, so the hill possession going to go back to Ether here. Huss looking to wrap around the backside of the mud. Sniper in the possession of Ether, and it's going to maintain that way. 4 go down for Complexity, and Ether should go on a run here.
Yeah, Ether should get a lot of hill time. Mental stuck just waiting for teammates to come off spawn, and that's a huge snipe headshot coming in from tapping buttons. That's going to really slow down the next push of Complexity. Almost from that one snipe, they might actually decide to give up the rest of this hill, because if they stagger out, this could be disaster for the next rotation as well.
Precision using the geometry there. You could barely spot him, but wow. The assist comes through, so Precision goes down, and then tapping buttons takes down Mental for the spree. 4 go down back to back, and that'll secure hill number 4 for Ether. We're tied 2-all.
Felt like might have been a time to say go to the next hill. And now they might suffer the consequences. They continue to stagger out. Ether have firm control of the C side of the map, which everyone knows is the best side for this top center hill. What's Acid going to do with this camo? I think he's waiting for his moment in time to wrap around the backside of the Complexity push.
That's how Ether got here to this moment, Eli. They played for next when Complexity tried to get 2 cute and press their advantage. Acid with 2 backsmacks potentially, but he doesn't get either. 3 go down for Ether, and now Complexity is starting to push off of their front foot, but not before Ether get about 50% on this crucial hill number 5 to split the tie.
How's the break? Are they going to send multiple out big door? They want to push through Nest and top center simultaneously. Going to use the QT. I don't know if they've seen this player. How did he walk right past this player?
No. Oh my God.
It's the melee, but that FOV must be smaller than the Observer, because
that's 70 FOV if I've ever seen it right there. Drift.
That old man FOV. Playing Halo 2.
That Ryanu FOV as Drift works his way through the middle of the map. Hill neutral for now, but now it lights up in blue. As Complexity, that was impressive. Ether got the first bit of time on this one, but Complexity double up on it there at about the 80-85% mark. Ether crossing the 50% threshold. How do they play this here? They want the snipe tower control, which whether the hill is on C or in top mid, excuse me, this is the location you want, but Huss takes it instead, and they take all 4 down. Ether are gonna lose their possession and lose their chance to take this hill. 3-2 Complexity. Man, this King of the Hill's been fast-paced.
Man, did you see that? Huss, if he had gotten the first shot on player back, oh, never mind. He just gets obliterated by grenades. Never mind. Thought Huss's mistiming was going to mess them up. He's able to win that fight. A little sloppy on Leor, but it doesn't matter. Gets the job done. And they've got great positioning for this last hill as well, should they be able to secure it.
Huss looking to deny entry with the charged plasma pistol, but I don't think anybody's coming through the tunnel. Acid was lining up a dummy door push, and he's going to rethink that as Huss repositions himself to go down again for Ether. The bodies have been dropping like flies, and after Complexity went 4 down back-to-back, they've had the slay advantage on the previous, call it, minute and a half.
Okay, Precision finds Sniper. You know what he likes to do with this. Hit some shots for us.
Oh!
That was disgusting.
He was angling to slide off the map, so the resource was gone, but instead it's the life sucked out of Ether as Precision lands a no-scope.
Sliding diagonal flick shot, headshot. That's one of the hardest shots to land, by the way, and he just makes it look easy. And that might have just secured this hill in this game. Precision popping off. Complexity needed.
5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, Complexity go 3 down, so Ether are going to have a chance here, but Complexity are so close. All it takes is 1 break, 1 push, so don't expect Huss to push here. He's going to wait for his teammates to spawn up collectively. You do not want to try to 1v4 this, so that's why Huss is playing a little bit more passive than we're used to seeing, and now with all 4 members up for Complexity, it's time to make their move.
What's the call here? Huss gets the opening break. Slay, the call is now to go. So that's 2 dead. Complexity just need to hold forward here, and I think they make this one happen. It will be a Complexity W in game number 3. Well executed push. That was first try, immediate success.
And why? Because Huss played the process perfectly. You know he was chomping at the bit to...
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. 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 Ball reset. Ball incoming.
The decision there by Collect. He traded off the G-slide extended flag run to strong side and stay alive. So while he's strong side, it took down the physics of being able to hit that execution with the extended slide. He instead stays alive, gets the score. They win in OT. Infamous go up 1-0. We're back on board here with Complexity and Ether. And while Ether are up 13-0, they go 4 down, so Complexity should be able to match that.
Now, it'll be an interesting one to me. I feel like the NA scene and the top teams are so good at this game type now. They've played it since literally day 1. The meta has developed. It's been in every scrim, every single day. I think these guys are playing Streets ball. So I'm curious to see how Ether can step up in this moment. You know that Ashes, coach of Complexity, was likely up late studying the habits of Ether, what breaks they like to go for, so that Complexity can counter it. I feel like this might be a difficult one for Ether.
Huss in a tough fight on the B rail, but he trades out with Drift. 3 go down for Ether once again, so it's going to allow Complexity here to double up on the lead. Fractos takes Sparty down to 1 HP, but the flank coming through the commando, so there is somebody in position to clean up on that damage. Sparty's still down to 1 shot. Now he's even lower. His shields have been beeping for what feels like a minute.
Stick your teammate. Okay, we're good. Gets the melee on Leor as well.
Oh!
Repulses the player back to try to get his shields back, but I mean, he eventually goes down, but he made them work for that kill. Sparty has been so good at playing his life this weekend.
4 down. Trading blows back and forth.
Good tapping. 10, 1, and 4.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. Luor doing some assist work, though. He needs to keep his death sounds a little bit. A little too involved in the action. He needs to find a way to play a little bit more, I don't want to say conservative, but at least safe, at the very least. Drift will go down. 3 go down for Ether, so that gives the oddball possession right back to Complexity after getting reset on the palm trees. A quick vacation, round trip, back to C.
Excellent break from Complexity. I mean, Ether only had control for a few seconds, it felt, before they're back in the mix. Sparty just being a force of nature on the map. Bouncing the grade off the ATM machine. Seeing if he can plus some of that cash wide open. Unfortunately, he gets taken down. Ether have a chance to push here, but it's a 2v3 situation. Oddball player might be a good target.
Oh, did you see Precision here?
Oh my
God. In front of his teammate. Drift, I think, still was able to clean up mentally. Yeah, he did, but I love the idea there from Precision. Hey, you're about to go down. Let me Sinbad myself. Dive in front of the bullet. Take it for you. It's that selfless level of play that has Complexity up 19 here in Game 4. A closeout Game 4 at that.
Or another difficult situation. Feels like he's been in a lot of them so far this game, struggling to get on the board. 2 and 12. Have to imagine if he can start getting into his groove, that's when this team could start coming back. But right now, they are coming back a bit. Acid on the ball, rotating towards his spawning teammates on the PD and arcade side of the map. Typically, you get those mirrored spawns from the opposition, so they know that based off of that spawn, there should be enemies on the opposite side. That's why they dropped the ball here to fight as the enemies are coming in.
Yeah, you could see Acid sort of questioning with his body language where he wanted to take that oddball, but once Lior spawned on the stickies in B, he knew that the push needed to push through that location. And look at this, they clear all the way through B into PD. Phenomenal rotation of the oddball. That's going to get them back on top.
Said phenomenal, like tools, channel tools for a moment.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal.
He's rubbing off on me.
Hey, yo. Anyways, rotating here. Sparty with the sidekick, looking like the main character, channeling some why not be casting. Shout out to the GOAT. Tapping buttons though, last player alive for Ether, and Complexity have stolen the setup.
Spartan at the desk, no paperwork needed here. He's a mercenary. He's not supposed to be behind the desk, so he's going to work his way out of PD. Coffee and the oddball in hand for Mental. As Spartan goes down, Drift breaks through, so too does Tapping Buttons, the duo, like a SWAT team breaking down the door. And now the Seesaw lead is going to go back into Ether. How many lead changes have we seen in this oddball, Eli? This feels like 6 or 7.
Yeah, these teams are actually so close to one another right now. Any game could go either way. Lior with the camo grab and the peek and pop shots. Able to land that slay. He's getting some of his groove back here. Now 7, 5, and 13. We previously called him out 2 and 12, so going on a bit of a spree since then.
This is it. Just like that, Complexity have been in the mix and in the fight, but they're looking at one more collective team of 4 push up the map, or Ether are going to take this round, 2 down on each side, but the collective respawns are coming through a little bit faster for Ether. Lior on the oddball with 1:02 left on the clock, needing just 15 seconds to secure round 1.
Drift, last player alive. That might be bad news for Ether. They're a little bit staggered. Probably need to play a little bit slow here, but don't have a ton of time to work with. As Complexity crossed that 70-second mark, 52 seconds in regulation time. But Ether need to make this push and get these kills.
I think Huss felt compelled to hold on to that oddball a little bit longer than he should have, with 2 going down and him holding the oddball. It's essentially just Sparty against all 4 for Ether. But that's what you afford yourself when you take advantage, when you take the lead, you force the other team to chase a little bit, and I think that's what we just saw there from Complexity as Ether and Drift. They're going to play a little keep away, it looks like. They only have a 12-second lead. There's double, triple that left on the clock. Now, hey, they're going to make their stand and stick to their guns.
Risky play call, but I kind of like it. If they just get a few slays here, they leave the ball purposefully.
It reset.
Yeah, they left it there for long enough for it to reset. Now 18 seconds on the clock. As the longer this fight goes on, the better it is for Ether. But it looks like Complexity are kind of brute forcing their way through. I like this Precision runs past the oddball to play the front line. If he can land a slay here, it's massive for Complexity. He's forced to grab the ball while one shot drops the ball to get a kill.
Dropped it and got it. Mental does too. Huss gets a slay as well. 3 go down for Ether. It's just Acid left alive, but he's got the stalker and a frag in his back pocket. 2-1.
The frag did it.
Ether take it by 6 seconds. Unbelievable round 1.
Perfect frag grenade placement from Acid. He's fighting a player in his face and just
skipping rocks.
Yeah, skipping a rock on the lake to the perfect location right behind the column. And unfortunately, Complexity didn't have enough time to turn around and grab it. Excellently executed.
Man, I think Oddball's delivered my favorite moments of the tournament weekend so far, as we've seen routine final seconds ticking away in regulation and matches being decided by single digits. But it's going to take one more round win for Ether to secure that game 5, and they're looking good. 3 go down. Sparty, the last Spartan standing. He has the stalker once again, like we saw previously, but it might not be enough. No, Sparty drops as well. 20 and rolling. They're going to hit the 30-second threshold here, Eli.
Look at the awareness from Acid. He understood that based on the positioning of his teammates and their spawns, there was likely a spawner of Complexity in PD. He purposefully baits that player to chase him towards the backside and calls him out. Ether then rotates to get the kill. They're playing flawless Halo right now on Streets Oddball. Acid's going to get a ton of time.
Tapping buttons. He's not on your screen. He's actually on the respawn screen. All 4 are for Ether, but I got to highlight this. This is why I think Ether is a legitimate threat to place top 8 all season. Tapping buttons has placed top 4 before. So they've got a guy that they can look across the aisle and say, hey, man, if he's been there, done that, maybe I can too.
They've also got the new up-and-coming star, Leor, who was on that Alpha roster that was making waves. And he's been a great addition to this squad. Of course, this game, we've talked about him maybe taking a little bit to start the engine, but once he's up and running, this squad is dangerous.
Yeah, tapping with the most kills in the lobby. Now it's Precision, though, tying him at 23. Precision's really been playing his heart out here, even in that endgame scenario where it didn't work out for Complexity. He was doing all he could. Tapping buttons down on the Cafe, looking to stay alive. Huss, contested shots, but the cavalry arrives. 3-push Cafe. Huss goes down. The numbers are too strong for Ether, and they're up by 11.
Even the micro for tapping to have the awareness to know a grenade's coming, he waits and then dodges the grenade. Most people sit behind the pillar and die to that grenade, but he's been in this situation so many times, he knows when to dodge it. Huss, last player alive, gets a couple of kills. It's pretty massive for Complexity's chances as they come off spawn here. Gonna get in this tricky little pipe spot, but he gets triangulated by the forces of Ether. He's gonna be taken down.
And it looked like tapping buttons makes it away with the camo, and you can see him playing the recon role, pinging in the feed, double tap, as he's looking to gather intel, gather the back of a couple of opponents, which is, I think is what he's lining up here. He drops the oddball out towards PT. So that oddball is like an invisible hand, pulling Complexity in right into the trap, but they handle it pretty well. 2 down on each side as we hop on board here with Acid, looking to spew Venom, gets the slay onto Huss. Nice use of the sidekick as he now turns around the corner. I don't expect there to be an opponent somewhere nearby, but I think they might have just slayed it out. He's looking for the same thing I am, but with nobody pressuring, he's going to grab more time.
I think a member of Complexity is lurking.
They are still at A.
Sparty was lurking, so his Spidey senses were correct, but wasn't able to find him in time. Now Sparty's going to be a thorn in their side as the rest of Complexity push through. Really well played by Sparty, but it might not matter.
He's stuck in a double! Tapping button, chucks the Nux, and takes down 2, and doubles up on the lead.
Wow, Mental coming off spawn with a big pick, though. But this is this lead is growing for Ether, and they recognize where the push is coming from. They're now rotating to the opposite side of A. Got control of PD and the Cafe side. Drift with a trade in the kill feed. Mental having to back up. Leor somehow finds it. Oh, Leor had the wrap. I think he might have got a spawn in C and gets all the way behind for the pinch.
3 go down. This would be all 4. Sparty's pushing him by himself, so he's guaranteed to go into a 1v2. And Acid takes down 2. Double kill, more time, and Ether might just send us to a crucial Game 5 where your life hangs in the balance of the winners and lower bracket.
I think that's it. The first player dies. It's 2 dead already for Complexity. Make it 3, make it all 4, and they will take this round. Gonna have to wait out these next 10 seconds as the members of Complexity spawn up. I don't know if they're even gonna move their Spartans.
No.
Might not even be a reason to. Huss is gonna find a sight, but it's not gonna matter.
No. It was all said and done when all 4 went down as Ether battle back to force.
Enemy halfway to victory. Team nearing victory. Defeat.